All right, students. So this demo, I'm going to try to make it short. I know some of my demos have been long in the past, and really there's just a few things I kind of want to show you about this. But for this one, I really want it to be more fun. I want you to be experimental. Just have fun with this assignment. In fact, it might take a little bit less time than normal, just because these sort of paintings can often happen very alla prima, just, in a sitting or two. They may take longer, it's hard to say with painting. Just give yourself plenty of time just in case, but you might find yourself getting done soon. In fact, I know I said that this would probably be better as a still life, but just because our next painting is going to be a pretty dedicated sit down and exacting type of work, for this one, if you want to go outside and experiment with capturing textures of a still life, you're welcome to do so. I don't see any problem with that. Anyways, let's show you a little bit of what I have in mind. So this is one that I did, hopefully you can see that, not that long ago in my last painting class, just as an example. It was really quick. I just did it on a sheet of gessoed paper, or gessoed canvas rather. And if I kind of turn it, hopefully you can see in the sunlight here. I'm working today in sunlight, so you can see the different raised surfaces of the textures here. It's got a much more expressive kind of look, the way that I apply the paint. And I in no way consider this done. I probably spent maybe half an hour on it, just messing around. But I mixed the colors that I needed. I had some leftover greens and whatever, and I kind of made a gray back here. And I probably would have just continued in that fashion, but this is as far as I got for the demo part of it. So what are we gonna do to do that? So today I've got an apple set up that I'm gonna attempt with my palette knife. And so I just got out the colors that I thought would be useful. I got some Azalean red. I got some raw umber here. Here is a burnt sienna, so the reddish brown, and ultramarine blue. And these two colors are gonna be interesting because I'm gonna show you a different formula for making sort of a mixed black, okay? Doesn't require the expensive cadmium red light, that orange color that gave you the really magnificently, truly complementary gray. But these two will work good together to make sort of just a regular mixed black. So maybe for the stem or something, I'll use that. And of course I'm white. I'm really running low on white, which sucks. I gotta get to the art store. I have very little, but we'll see. Now, if you are an acrylic painter, you're going to be using something like this, right? The golden gel mediums, and there's a million of them. I do not have the time to go over each and every one. In fact, I have not used every single one. This is one of the ones that I've used. I know it adds body to your paint. You could get one that's a little harder. Instead of soft gel medium, you could get hard gel medium. Instead of gloss, you could get matte, whatever you like. But this one is pretty handy. And what it'll do is just add body to your paint. So just follow the manufacturer's recipe for how much to add in. You probably don't want to add in more than 20, 30% to your paint. But just whatever you think is right. Again, a lot of painting is experimentation and seeing what works good for you. For the oil painters, same sort of idea. I have a different thing that adds body, but in this case it is cold wax medium. And what it is, very similar to what the soft gel gloss is, this just works with oil paint where the acrylic medium would not. And it's cold wax. Okay. And the secret is, after you mix a color, you can go ahead and add about 10% to 15% of this material to the pile of paint you have. You don't want to go much more than that. It says you can go up to 30%, which I guess would save you some money in paint and stuff, but the bad part about that is that it makes the drying time really slow down. That is one bad thing about cold wax mediums. It takes forever to dry. So if you add a lot of this in, it will slow your drying time down. So for application, I'm going to go ahead and just use a palette knife. It works really good for putting it on as well as scraping it away. But you can use anything you want. I mean, there are a lot of different options. You can use toothpicks, you can use little scraper tools, you could use sponges, whatever you think is necessary.